y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know our friends through their favorite R&B songs. I am naturally Alise, and that's my brother.
They are.
And we are the R&B representatives, and we are welcoming back who is like the third R&B representative, pretty much. Uh, you know, and also one of the most viewed guests on Catch That, and that is Miss Chasity Buckley. Hey, boo.
Hey y'all, I love that title. I love that representation, the most viewed. I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's true.
Facts is what
But thank
they
you guys.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna take anything I can get. When it deals with numbers, I'm gonna take everything.
Yeah. And yeah, we don't skip all the introductions. People should know who you are, and at the end we'll have you tell folks how they can find you and all. You know how to do this. But
Yeah.
Yes, I
how about you tell us what song you picked to talk about today, and if you remember the first time hearing it.
Yes, so thank you guys for having me back on the show. I'm so honored, and I'm on here catch that mini. So I'm going to mini one, not a long one like we do all the time. But I'm so excited to be back on the platform. And today I picked Al Green, my husband in a past life. Al Green, Simply Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, and the first time I think I heard, yes, I'm sorry. I mean, look, my bad. I'm jumping ahead. Look, the first time I think I remember simply, I don't, you know what, y'all, it's so crazy. I don't remember. I know I was super young. I would say that, but I know being in Louisiana because we're so used to those blues roots. They play Al Green, Johnny Taylor, Mel Child. They play every blues person you can think of. And the first time I heard the song, I was really touched by the melody because it was very like somber like, but you could just hear that guitar playing in the background. I was like, okay. But I think that church that Al brings in, I was like, wait a minute. This is very deep. And I think as I gotten older now, I feel more passionate and love about the song because I feel like Al sucks you in. And with this song, he sucks you in. And I'm like, wait a minute. This ain't what I thought back when I was young. And now I'm an adult, I feel like I can be in love. And that's what I love about Simply Beautiful.
This song is so dope. This song is so dope, yo. Like, for me, this doesn't it start off like it's supposed to be sad? Like, it starts off like it's supposed to be a sad song. Like, especially because, like you said, it's very bluesy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he comes in, it's like, dun, 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 dun. Like it starts very like, and like you said, the guitar, and that's all nothing blues. That is blues down pat. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard it, I'm like, oh Lord, is this gonna be another Tired to Be Alone? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this like is this gonna be that? Or like, and then when you listen to the song, it's like, yo, like he's really talking to the girl. Like he's like, yo, you are simply like beautiful. And the song, he don't got that many words, to be honest. Like, it's not long lyrically at all. You know what I'm saying? And it's just him talking to the girl and like how he starts it off for real. It's like consent to me. You know what I mean? Because he said, I gave you my love. I tell you what I'll do. But take the whole lot of out of you. You know what I mean? So it's like Alise said, consent.
And also stating expectations from the jump. He's saying, I do expect a lot out of you, but you know, you got to be good to me, but I'm going to be good to you. You know, I'm putting it on the table, and it's like, so it's yeah, and the consent, like he's doing all the right things there.
Yeah, like so right. You know what I mean? And then going into the way you love me and the way you squeeze me. And Al was like, okay, it's time to get down to business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And you know what I like about it? It's kind of a little bit of a departure from what Al normally does. It's a little different. It's more stripped down. It's not as thick and stacked as far as the instrumentation. Like, it's just very simple, which makes sense because it's like Simply Beautiful. Like, he's just being very plain and being very straightforward and like this is what it is. And I appreciate a bearer track to do that. It fits the mood of the song.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I feel about Alise. Like for me, it's my Get the Draw song from back in the 70s. Like this is some Get the Draws. Like baby, Al was preaching to the draws. Do you hear me? For him to do this, I was like,
hello, Reverend.
Right.
Well, then he really is then.
Right.
Like I feel like, and I love that y'all said that. I feel like he was teaching like men, like you said, Alise, like with consent, but not even that, how to love and please a woman. And that's why I said for me, this song kind of sends me to like a deep trance because it's like you and this person in love, and it's like y'all about to make love, and that's what to me. Like when I hear Al sing that, that do, I say, wait a minute, no, he's not. No. That man telling me a whole lot of. I said, wait a minute, he is gonna get me hot. Do you hear me? This is a hot Get the Draw song. Al, it's like when we talk about love making songs and just talking about how to love a woman or just love your love. This is one of those songs I feel like that bring songs like Sweet Lady and stuff like that. Make songs that make you feel like you can respect a woman in all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about as a love making song, but to respect her, to show her how to wine and dine her, but not even just that with this song. It just talks about that at the end of the day, I'm giving everything to you, you're giving everything to me, and it's simply beautiful just to be in your presence. You know what I'm saying? So that's why to me, sucks me in. But Al back in them days, he was fine. And Al was sharp as a heart attack. You hear me? So it's like for him, back in 1972, just doing this, I'm like, I see why he was that player reverend that was just singing to the ladies, and I love it because I mean, people like G1 them, I can tell they were inspired by songs like this. You can tell.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's a certain magic Al Green has in any song, and it's interesting you said like it's kind of like a trance because I actually feel that way about a lot of Al Green songs and just about the blues in general. Like you get lost in it, and you like feel it, even if it's a song you've heard 1,000 times, you still kind of go somewhere else. And that's I mean, that's the blues. I mean, that's the blues.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy that, like y'all said, like Chasity said it, this 1972 album, I think is when Al Green with I'm Still in Love, he finds his place. Because before then, it was like Al was trying to sound like Jackie Wilson. He was trying to sound like Sam Cooke. So it was like finally he got his mentor, which was Willie Mitchell, who produced damn near all his hits for real. Was like, yo, we need to find what Al is. You know what I'm saying? You're sounding like all these other people. We need to find Al. And it's crazy that that he had to go through to finally find it, because you know what I'm saying? Because he I think I Can't Get Next to You, because before that was that first album that he did, Back Up Train. That was the first. That was like, now Al, now Al, now. Then he does The Green is Blue. You know what I'm saying? Started a lot of blues clubbers. So it was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Then he got to I Can't Get Next to You, which he does the Temptations, remake, which I like his better. And right then and there, he does Let's Stay Together, which gave you that Tired of Being Alone, right? With really start to love. And then once he got to this I'm Still in Love, it was like him and Willie got there, and it was like, this is Al Green. I mean, come on, with the album like this. This album has no skips at all. Like none. No skips. It's like, yo. And this album has been sampled so much too. You know what I'm saying? So many people. You know what I mean? Like technically, my girl, Mary J. Blige. Yes, I got to talk about her. And that train's never late. They used the sample she used for PMS, which I would have thought with this type of record, Mary with that record, she's like, today I'm not feeling pretty, because the song sounds very bluesy. So anytime this song comes on, I don't care if it's Mary or it's Al, like when the beat comes on, the first thing, today I'm not feeling pretty. And I'll be like, oh shit, this is not Mary, this is Al. Wait a minute. Because it's so bluesy and it's so it's like, but again, how y'all both explain, it's like an intimate conversation, I feel like. It's like he's talking to the girl and she's sitting there and they just right there. And then once he said, when we get right down to it, like on some intro shit, gotta get right down to it. Me and you. One of a kind love. See what I'm saying? So Al was like, yeah, it's just me and you. And then he started doing that, baby. Like he started doing that.
Oh no.
He started doing that. That's what he get you, huh? That's what he get you, Chasity.
Yes, God. Yes, God. And when he do that, but that's what I love about Al. He was very unique, Jar, and I love that you said that because Destiny Child, they got one of them 2 bridges, you know, and Talib Kweli. A lot of people have sampled this song. I didn't realize this song was sampled 32 times. So like, he's really inspired a lot of hip hop artists to really get in that sound, but not even that, just to show the respect of this song. And I think it's really amazing when a lot of hip hop artists can be inspired by Al Green, because a lot of people, you know, go to other, you know, blues artists or some type of artists to be honored, you know, and stuff like we talk about James Brown. James Brown's the most sampled artist, but people don't talk about Al Green sampled by a lot of hip hop artists. But for this song to be just so captivated, and I feel that for me, that it's not about, for me, because like I said, I love the instrumentation. I think that's the reason why, like Alise said, it sucks you in, because it sounds church, it sounds blues, it sounds like all type of ranges of what we know about music, especially rhythm and blues, because it brings that rhythm and blues element, you know. And I think with this, he's really, like Alise said, preaching to the women on this song. But for this song right here, like you said, Jar, he doesn't have to do nothing because his actions is doing it for him. And that's what I love about this song, because you can just tell it's a love-making song, and it's beautiful.
Like Sis said, the women is your audience. Reverend Al Green, that.
Yeah.
They be trying to get Ja Rule. Come on, Alise.
That's your audience. That's who go on the shows. That's who buy the records. More so, I think. R&B records.
Amen, Alise.
Yo, Al had his arm in a sling and holding a rose, and the girls was going crazy for this dude. Like, come on. He knows his audience. Like, it's so dope. And damn, I didn't know it was sampled over 32 times. God damn. But I actually like Queen Latifah's and Al Green's version together.
Oh, I was about to bring that up. I was going to say how she felt about that one.
Okay, yeah, I like it. I like it. They made it a cute little duet. Come on, we always here. Never this way. Always this.
But my girls, I was having my girls sample Bridges too. It was dope. Like I said, you know, Al Green is honoring and touching everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why when I learned about this song, for me, especially young age, I kind of understood a little bit, but as an adult and listening to this, like you said, y'all, this No Skip body of work album, I think it's one of Al Green's best top 2 albums. But this album right here, I got to see the authenticity, and I love what Don Cornelius said when they were honoring him at the time when this album came out. He was like, this is his kind of like his thriller moment. You know what I'm saying? This was his orbit, like, because this was back-to-back albums he was making. You know what I'm saying? Let's Stay Together was in 72, and boom, you coming out with, come on, I'm still in love with you. Come on, like, that's just a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? And I love, you know, and I love when I know we talk about Simply Beautiful, but I love For the Good Times. It's a one that touches my heart all the time, makes me cry. But I think songs like this that really touch the heart, because like you said, we always talk about blues. It comes from foundation of gospel. It has to touch the soul. So these songs right here on this body of work, I love the most. And not even that, I feel like this was Al Green's one of his best bodies of work in 1972. And I love Simply Beautiful. It's everything to me. It's my Get the Draw song, but Al could have got me because he was fine. And he was very fine back in the day. So
yeah, you know, but yeah, I love that the Queen Latifah cover / duet situation. Do y'all remember when Maxwell did it on the BET Awards?
Alise, why was I just about to say that, yo? We
come on, Maxwell, come on. You know I was.
Oh, you could have got it too.
I thought it was a great tribute.
Yo, you even had like Bobby Jones up in the audience clapping. Like, you know he gospel, and you got Maxwell singing a song like this, and you got Bobby Jones. A gospel dude. Maxwell ate that, yo. Like, he ate it.
Yeah.
Now, you know somebody that didn't?
I know you talking about go there.
Somebody that honored him at the Kennedy Honors.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to think, John. I forgot.
Living under your spotlight.
Oh, Jennifer. You think she knew right?
A song like this does not need all of that. You know what I mean?
It's simple.
I get what she wanted to make it her own. I get it. But sometimes a song like this is subtle. Like y'all said, it's somber. It's very subtle. You don't need all of that hour like she gives. Now, get me wrong. She's singing that, but I'm at the Kennedy Honors, and I'm like, I'm like, Jennifer, we know you can sing, girl, but for me, I'm like, keep it mellow. Even though she tried, but her voice is just powerful for it. That's why I love what Queen did, because it was so subtle. And then you just had Al Green coming in with like ad-libs, and it was like a little cute duet with each other. He's like, Queen, I love you, and all this. It was just dope. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't need all that row. You just needed meow.
Because Queen did it, held back, but you still, I could feel her personality in how she was singing it. So no, she didn't change the melody or change anything, but it was her, but it was the right her for the song.
Right.
So you can hear her like kind of little, her little sassy to it. Cause she's very,
Yeah.
You can hear that, but it didn't take away. It kind of added to it, actually.
And that's what I love. Right. And I mean, shit, you got the songwriter and the maker on it with you, so he co-signing what you doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
good point.
Like, because Al Green could have been like, oh, no, I'm good. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get my coin anyway.
It wasn't, it wasn't an artist and a legend, and you just put the tracks together. Like something that's out right now. But, and I'm going to leave that alone. Fans ain't come and get me. But.
I thought you were going to say who, because I already know some people that do it, and I'm like, no.
It's one
that's
right
why
now.
the album's being the trash. I'm with you.
Don't do it, sis. Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to have some behavior.
Normally, that's you telling me, JR, don't do it. And I'll be...
You be like, that's it.
Yes. But yeah, this song is amazing. Like you said, it got to be on the play. Al Green bodied this song. Like, I mean, he just got too many. Like this, like you said, this album alone is a classic within itself. You can play every song, and it's very blue. And I love how a reviewer said on it, it sounds very country. I said, well, country is black music anyway, so.
Obviously.
Well, that's when they say they're like, that's not an insult.
Yes, and I think a lot of people in the comments, social media
Where
now.
Where you think black folks come from? The country.
Country. Thank you, Alise.
Hello.
All these city folks, where your people from? The country, from around the corner from you.
Thank you, Alise.
Right.
Thank you, Great Migration. Thank you.
Amen. I love it here.
We got my earring that fell out. So child, look, I got one earring. That's how you know I'm love out.
Hey. Come on, we gotta have a crazy show. Us three now. Come on.
All right.
Child, I done had pictures fall off the wall behind me. That's keep on going. And earrings, just head wraps, all that, child.
My hat fell off. Yeah. It done been some things on Catch That.
That's part of the flavor.
That's right, Alise.
That's the seasoning. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, thank you, Chastity. We love you like cook food, girl.
Girl, yeah.
And
What?
and we so happy you hung out with us today. But tell folks about your platform and how they can find you.
Yes, y'all can reach me at midnight RnB, the letters RnB edition on my platform, and also on streaming platforms, RnB Song Relationships, which we coming back in the summertime. We'll be doing a lot of new shows, and that's pretty much it. That's it.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all. I mean, I'm sure pretty much everybody that's a fan of us is a fan of hers because she comes on our show and people come out of the woodworks to watch.
Thank y'all so much. I'm so honored to be on here. Thank you.
Yeah. So make sure to support her. She's always doing really great things and always trying to bring shine to the people that don't get it but deserve it. And we will always love you for that.
Yes, God.
Yes.
Thank you.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and share to us. Bring us some more cousins over here. We're a big family. That's how we operate. So bring us some more cousins, and we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Peace.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know our friends through their favorite R&B songs. I am naturally Alise, and that's my bro.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives, and we are happy to bring back one of our young soul kings, and that is Jay. Hey, brother.
How y'all doing?
I'm great. How about you, Jay?
Good. I'm good.
Yes. And people who may not have caught your last episode, tell us a little bit about yourself, as much or as little as you would like to tell the people.
Okay, well, my name is Jay. I turned on the last episode I was 22. I'm 23 now as of March 4th.
Hey.
Yeah. Fun birthday party too. I'm known on Twitter, J Baby is for talking. I can cuss, right? So talking a lot of shit. So I speak my mind, whether it be music, sports, whatever's on my mind. So that's kind of what I'm.
He hard, y'all. He hard on social media. He is hard.
I'm nice. No, I'm nice. He's lying. Nah. He's right. He's right. Nah, but I'm a lover of music, and I'm always willing to learn. JR called me a music head the other day. I won't call myself that. I call myself a music learner, even though another person told me that's the same thing. But we just gonna go.
It is.
I'm a learner. I'm I'm always willing to learn, and I'm always willing to know more about music. And the R&B representatives helped progress my lust for music and my lust for knowledge. So thank y'all, and thank y'all for having me on again.
Yeah. And we thank you, but your friend was right. A music head and music learner is the same thing. A music head is somebody who desires to know more, who wants to dig deeper, who wants to learn new things. Because me and JR listen to new shit every damn day I'm talking about old shit, but that's new to us, like every day. We always no way you can know everything, so we're just always like, give me that. So yes, you are a music head because you have that, like you said, that lust to know more. Yeah. So how about you tell us what song that you picked to talk to us about today, and if you remember first hearing it?
Well, the song I picked to discuss today is by a group that a lot of people may not know about. If you really do, that means you're really into it. That's the Modulations. I'll always love you off there.
But he's not a music head. But go ahead.
Off the 1975 album is Rough Out Here. How I came across this, I'm gonna be a little long-winded here, but I'm gonna try and keep it short. But so, like I said, I'm 23. So around this time, I was still in high school. I was around, I think, 17. And in high school, I was always the guy that was like many people in my high school. We always had earbuds, so I'm always listening to music all day. Every time we out of class, we going to the next class, earbuds all day. So at this time, I'm going home. It's time to go home. And my high school and my house is walking distance. So I'm walking home. And anybody that knows me knows I love hip hop as well. And I love hip hop music. So today I just felt like playing Common. And I'm playing Common, It's Your World.
Ah.
Right. And I love that song. That's my favorite Common song ever. So playing that. And one day I just felt like learning, like, okay, where's the sample from? Because I already knew it produced by Jay Dilla, by the way. I knew it was produced by Dilla. And Dilla, he's known for just hiding samples, right? So I just wondered where the sample came from. So I looked it up and found out it came from this group that I never heard of, Modulations. Now, I forgot what song it was, but I played that song first. Then I liked it. So that led me to just going back on the album and just, I didn't play the album fully. I was just play this song, play this song, play this song. Then I came across I'll Always Love You. And when I heard it, it instantly made me smile. You know what I mean? It just instantly, it instantly made me smile. It brightened up the mood. And to make a long story short, basically, it was nighttime. So I had my earbuds on. And I fell asleep listening to the song. Woke up the next day, my phone was dead. But that's 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 how I came across that song. And I eventually got to the album. And if I talk about the album, we'll never finish. But yeah, that song, for me, it brings me happiness. Not that song was being played when I was younger, but it brings me back to innocent times. It just makes me think of me as an innocent kid. And being that I love the song so much, if I really enjoy a song, it's on repeat for until I get tired of it, which may be 2 weeks, which may be a month. So now I'm learning the words. Now I'm singing it throughout my house, and I'm annoying everybody in this dang house. They're like, man, please stop singing this, please. So I'm, I'm annoying everybody, and I just have a great affinity for the song. It also makes me think if I was the age I am now, back then, how different my personality would be. But that's a whole different. I'm going somewhere different with that. But that's where historical pieces take me. So yeah, that's my soliloquy.
So me and JR, we sat for a long time. We was trying to figure out how the hell did he know this song?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did I was like, either he knew somebody, like I was like a mother, a grandmother or something. I was like,
Yeah.
because you know why I know who the Modulations are?
Mm-hmm.
They're from where I live, my hometown. They're from Durham, North Carolina.
Hometown, yeah.
Yeah, so I always had an awareness, and I didn't know that song, the song you picked. I didn't really remember that song vaguely, but I knew some of the other songs, like that I really love. But I just,
Now it makes sense because as soon as he said Common, I said
you
that's
see me there like that, you're like,
we went, oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Jay, me and Alise was sitting here like, how the fuck did he know who the Modulations was? Who? What? But we said again, you wanted the young soul kings like you and
Right.
Kamani. So we was like, it gotta be something that brought him to this record. And as soon as you said Common, we went, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So he got him from the sample and then he went and listened to that. Because I'm telling you, I was like, I need an explanation. I need to know. Like, I need to know how the hell did he get this? Because me and Alise was literally, because normally when people pick joints, we like, okay. And normally Alise would be like, this is the reason why. When she couldn't figure it out, I was like, yeah, we need an explanation. That's why Alise, we was quick to be like, when was the first time you heard this song? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got right
when
to it.
yeah, we got right to it because we was like, we need an explanation for this. Now it makes sense because you like the what was this sample of the song that you like share
Oh,
what
I
you
forgot to
got, keep
mention.
on something.
Yeah, that's
Something
what it is.
that
No,
that long ass yeah that
yeah. Yeah.
and you know that so you went and listened. See, that's what I used to do back then as well. Like I
Mm-hmm.
hear a sample, let me go back, let me see what other stuff they got, because I've heard this song before. I've heard it because Felix Hernandez, who is a big DJ in New York, who was a big inspiration for me to do this. And shout out to Vegas because he's with them too, WBGO. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember one day he played this, and I remember, because sometimes Felix can be bad. Some days he'll go somewhere and you be like, where the hell is Felix going today? But so he played this record and he was like, I was like, oh God. So I'm hearing it and it got the intro to it. I'm like, oh Lord, here go these little begging ass singers. Here we go again. This begging ass group here, like the stylistics and the blue magic and all this shit.
Yeah.
I gave him
Yeah.
fever. I don't now. I don't now. Thanks to Alise.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to Alise and my brother, our brother Sin. They
Mm-hmm.
got me there. I'm back there now that I'm older. When I was younger, I could not do it. I was like, I can't with these begging ass 70s groups. I can't.
I feel you. I
So
feel you.
when it came in, I was like, oh, this sounds like the stylistics a little bit. Like the intro of it sounds a little stylistic. So I'm like, okay. And then it got there and I was like, oh, the falsetto. But I was like, nah, this don't sound like no Russell. Like this
Mm-hmm.
falsetto ain't hitting like Russell's, the way Russell's hit, you know it's Russell. So I
Right.
knew this wasn't him. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then when it comes out, then Felix was like, no, this is a group called the Modulations. They're from North Carolina. Now I didn't know they were from Durham. You know what I'm saying? So at least I just knew they was from North Carolina. Look, I don't know everything like we say, y'all. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then I knew of them from their other song that they did, which is I'm Hopelessly in Love.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
I know that record. I was like, oh, that's them. So
Mm-hmm.
then knowing that they were part of like Buddha, and it took them like 2 years to come out with this album, which I was like, maybe that was the reason why I didn't get the buzz that it should. Because I'm like, in 73, you got a hot single, yo. But
Mm-hmm.
again, who comes in? Gladys and the Pips comes from Motown to Buddha. So
Up to boot.
they are the focus. So they come out with Midnight Train to Georgia, the best thing that ever happened to me. Like they are all these singles,
On fire.
they're not getting that push that they should. So a lot of people don't know it. So I go back again. I'm like, how the hell Jay learned this shit? And these dudes, and nobody really talks about them. So for you, when I saw it, I was like, this boy is, you and Kamani got to take the Young Soul King for real, for real. But, and then to know that they also worked with Mother, Father, Sister, Brother,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
worked with them.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope. So that caught me too. And I
Yeah.
was like, it sounded a little Tom Bell-ish. You know what I'm saying? You could see what they were trying to do. You know what I
Right.
mean? But then by the time they brought this album out, y'all know disco was coming in. It wasn't all about them ballads no more. It was
Yep.
everybody wanted to dance. So that's why I think when you come out with I'm Hopelessly in Love and that got a nice little groove, and then 2 years later you come out with this, it was just like the
Mm-hmm.
timing was off. It
Yeah.
was completely off. You know what I mean? But again, it's very dear to you. Now it makes sense to me. Because I was again, you had to give us an explanation, Jay. Because I wasn't gonna let you get off this show without explaining to us why you picked this record. Why you picked this record. So I'm so glad now it makes sense. You
Huh?
got one off me and Alise. A lot of people don't get it often. So you
Oh.
got one. He got one, y'all. He got one on us because we knew the song, we knew him, but we just didn't
Mm-hmm.
know why. And for that, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. For you to do that and respect. Because I just needed an explanation. I needed it.
Now I gotta tell my mother I made it. I made it.
Oh.
I got to tell my mama I made it.
Hey, Jace, mama, he made it.
AJ's mama, yes, he made it out in these streets, dog. But it's like I said, it sounds very stylistic because of the intro of it all, and that's why you get the Philly. You know what I mean? You get that
Yep.
Philly sound, and even though they didn't, they wasn't from Philly, everybody wanted to get that Philly sound. They like,
It's from the
hey,
Bull City,
Yeah.
baby, the Bull City.
you
Hey,
better
that's it.
represent. You
That's
better.
it. Yeah.
You better. So I mean, Jay, so you did like the album though? Like you did like
Oh,
the
hell
album?
yeah. Yeah, I like it a
Really?
lot. Yeah, I like it a lot. But and then you kind of just explained it. It took them a couple years to get it out. I was like,
Yeah.
dang. I know the 70s period was like just tough,
Yeah.
but it's like
Yeah.
this album got drowned and you don't hear nothing about this group. And if you try to look through research, I got lucky with how I just found information about them because if you just look on the
Yeah.
internet, it's tough. You can't find nothing. Matter of fact, if you type in Modulations, you get mixed up with the gospel group with Glenn Jones.
Yep.
So
Yes.
yep,
Yes.
you
Yes,
To
get
you
mixed
where,
up
do.
on that.
yeah, to where when you do find articles, they have to, they're like, not to be mistaken
Yep.
with Glenn Jones and the
Yeah.
Modulations. It's not
Uh-huh.
the
Mm-hmm.
same. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One
Oh
more, this
yeah.
surprised me too that they was from North Carolina because, like you said, when I first heard the song, I instantly thought of Philly, like Philly soul. So I'm like, and at that time, anytime I heard something like that, I'm like, okay, everybody from that sound who has that sound is from Philly. Come to
Right.
find out, I'm like, whoa, okay, that's kind
Yeah.
of just interesting. It's
Yeah.
dope, though. You know what I mean?
And a lot of the groups that was local here, from that time, including like some of the gospel groups, they had that kind of sound actually. Like if you go back and look at some of the group, I mean, we have quite a few, but they were groups that didn't quite blow up. But
Oh,
like deep music research, you be like, oh, I've heard of that, or well, like a one-off single or whatever. Because a lot of
Yeah.
them didn't get to make like an actual album, so it's just like 45s out there and that sort of thing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I think
Well,
and and I think everybody during that time wanted to get down with Philly. I mean, they were the shit. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted that sound. I mean, shit. You had even the Spinners that was working with Tom Bell. They wasn't signed to Philly either. You know what I'm saying? But they were working in the Sigma Studios. Like everybody wanted that Philly-ish. You know what I'm saying? So it was
yep.
like, hey, if you can get it, get it. You know what I mean? So I ain't
Yeah.
hating. I
Yeah,
ain't hating on it.
That Philly DNA running through a lot of music.
Listen here. Listen here now. And they used to let people, Gamble and Huff and Tom Bell used to let their musicians work with other people, unlike Motown.
Man, don't even get
Now
started.
I loves my Motown, but Barry was like, no, Funk Brothers is here and only here, and that's it.
Yeah.
And Gamble and Huff was like, go on and make y'all money. I ain't gonna hate. Go work with other people. Let us go.
let people make that money because in the music industry, even if you a superstar, your time of earning is finite. So like while you're
Yeah.
younger, while you're hot, while you're super creative, like to have to be pigeonholed to one label or one boss, like that hurts the
Yeah.
music.
It
Mm-hmm.
hurts creativity and as a
Mm-hmm.
totality. That's why to me personally, how I look at it, like a lot of them singers, I don't think I mean, of course they better, but it's because I don't feel like, or they feel like their creativity was completely limited. They didn't feel like they had the freedom. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
The freedom to do what they
Mm-hmm.
wanted. Even if the
Mm-hmm.
money was bad, if you have the free in that time, if you have the freedom, I think there's some solace. You know what I mean? But
And that's what, and you
Yeah.
right, because that's what Stevie wanted. When he ended up, he was like, I would rather have the creative freedom
yeah,
than the money. You know what I
right.
mean? Which that's what you wanted when you want to get into the business. You want to do your music and just get on stage in front of people. The
Mhm.
business you don't think about until you get old and be like, well, wait a minute. I done did
Yeah.
all this shit and I ain't making no money. Wait a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you get older, you be bitter because you like, not only did I get fucking robbed, but
Right.
then I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even doing what I wanted to do. I was
That part.
fucking dancing around a fucking monkey suit, and I got robbed. It's like the fuck.
But
Like the
yeah,
Modulations say, yo, it's rough out here.
It's
Like,
rough.
like
yep,
for real,
yep,
it
yep.
is. Like it's rough out here. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? But I want to ask y'all, since do y'all think if they would have maybe came out in like 71, 72, you think they could have been bigger? Mm.
You go
What
first, Alise.
what year the Stylists come out with their first album?
1970.
Yeah, if they'd have came out between 70 and 72, I think that would have, or if in 73, if their album would have came out when their
Mm-hmm.
first single was out instead of two
Yeah,
years later, you
right.
know, even back then, I mean, I know your momentum got to be super, super fast these days, but even then, you couldn't, 2 years?
Yeah, that was a stretch. That was a
Mhm.
stretch. You know what I mean? And then you got a new artist, which is Gladys and the Fifths come in, and they giving you hits off the break. Then it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna focus on that rather than y'all.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
then
I mean?
Gladys come, and then Gladys Knight and the Fifths come, and And yes, they have a lot of nice ballads, but they also have a bunch of dance music
Yep,
That
that you can
part.
dance
exactly.
to. They
That
had,
part.
they were, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I always think about that because there was so many 70s groups back then. I'm like, could they still could have got through, especially with being down with Philly? Because I'm like, you got the OJs, I remember, in the Blue Notes, the 3 Degrees. You got all of
Yeah,
these groups during this time. And then also, you still got the Motown groups, even though it's not as dominant as they were in the 60s, you still got the Temps still doing their thing, the Four Tops still doing it, the Supremes doing their thing, even after Diana left, and all that. So I'm like, could have fit? And then you had the Spinners and all that. So I'm like, could they?
yeah.
But
I
like
just
you said, they had a bomb ass single in '73. If
yeah,
they would have just released it right then and there, it'd have been like, boom. They would have
yeah. I
got
think
more notice.
73. I think
Yeah,
73 would have been the right time. But
yeah,
yeah. I think it'll work. It'd have been, like you said, been right before the disco came in, so they still could get it off with their ballads.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they
Oh
might
yeah.
have been big enough to still have a contract and then maybe move in and do some more dance type records. We don't,
True,
but we'll never know.
true, true. Because then maybe
it was
Gamble and Huff might have would have saw him and been like, "Ooh, we can give
yep.
y'all something." You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm,
Tom Bell would have been like, "Ooh, we might can give you something." You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And give them a
Right.
sound that they wanted. You know what I mean? Because of course, when people hear it, like we just said on here, it sounded very like a
Stylistic.
stylistic record. So it was kind of like, were they following them? You know what I'm saying? So now
Yeah.
you got people saying, are they following them and all that? So I do feel bad, but that two
I
year
mean,
gap to bring out an
it
album.
did have different groups too. They could you still had Delphonics out there, and that had the same kind of like the falsetto out
Yeah,
front kind of deal.
yeah,
So
yeah,
That's
yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Damn, that 2 year gap was. I need to know what was the problem. Like, what happened? Like, you had a great single and then boom, like nothing. So I wonder what happened. I'm gonna need to research that more because I need to know why 2 album gap, a 2 year gap with that. That's a little weird to me. Mm,
probably like a lot of internal stuff. I'm
true.
just guessing. A lot of
Jen, you
internal.
got a point. You dealing with 5 niggas in a group. Yeah. It could
Yeah.
have been internal shit.
in the 70s,
Yeah, and niggas got egos. Unfortunately.
That part. That part.
Unfortunately.
It's like, nigga,
Unfortunately.
I'm singing all the parts. You ain't doing shit like that.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
happened. And
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think we was talking
They
about that
come.
the other day. That's the downfall to me to groups, period. Ego. Like,
Listen,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
and they
And I
know
think
it's easy.
yeah, and I think what's rough about being in a group or or being in a duo is you could be doing everything right, but if something happens, if one of your members dies, if that was a big part of the songs. If somebody gets on drugs, if somebody decide to have a kid and like I don't want to do this no more, or you know, somebody could have a religious change and they like, oh, this ain't for me. Like it's just so many factors that are out of, like it's already enough as a solo artist of things that are out of your control that can happen.
Right.
But when somebody else's destiny affects yours directly, that's tough.
Oh yeah.
Internal, yeah.
And then the powers that be know that. And I think they nag on that. They do that. They like, oh, we know what we can do to break up this group because we eventually want the artist that's the lead to be the solo because we want to make money off them and the group. So we're gonna start calling them this and this. So that's gonna cause friction amongst the group. Motherfuckers don't like that.
Catch all of that. I caught it. Catch all of that.
Catch all of it. All of it. So, and then, so with that, it causes issues, and the powers that be know that, and people human, they feelings start getting involved. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. That's the big problem.
It's sensitive. You can't be like a New Edition where everybody got hits. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ended up getting a hit. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, Bobby went and got his, Rob went and got his, Johnny went and got his, BBD got theirs. So that's why the motherfuckers had big egos when they came back to home again, because it was like, nigga, we don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So it's hard with a group, but again, that's the foundation, I feel like, because then it propels our solo artists to be what they need to be. You know what I mean? And the groups is like, all right, we got y'all. So we got all the back then, the Michaels and the Janet and the Whitney and all them selling big numbers. You still got Boys and Men down there. You got Jodeci down there. You got SWV. You got TLC. You got them. So it's great. The foundation is balanced. Now it's not. You know what I mean? So
all out of whack.
All out of whack. Horrible. But some of them need some vocal modulations for real, Catch all of it.
I didn't say that, people. He did.
I'm doing too much, CJ. This is your fault. You picked this song.
I blame you for acting up.
Right, I'm blaming him for acting up. Right.
Don't let him do that. I got your back, Jay. I got you.
Love you, Alise.
We got to protect our young soul kings at all costs.
We do. So I'm not blaming you. All right, then I blame it on Alise. It ain't your fault. I blame it on her.
Better. There you go.
Yes. Well, I never.
Oh, love it. Oh, I'm so glad that we ended up knowing why you picked it. Now me and Alise is good.
Yeah.
We good. We good.
Because I was wondering, because when I told you, when I DM'd you, you was like, oh, hell no, you did not.
And that's how I was like, huh? And then when Alise was like, did you see what he picked? I said, girl, yes. Like, how? Like, how did he pick this record? She was like, let's think about this. So we on the phone and she like, no. She's like, it gotta be sentimental to him. I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
We didn't think of a sample from Common that took you there. But once you said it, we went, oh, we got it. We got it. But he needed to explain, because if he didn't, this episode wasn't going to end. So you explain.
That's so aggressive.
He's from New York, man.
The New York in me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's going to start naming off streets in a minute.
Oh, here she go. Yep, like I did in Atlantic Avenue. You better believe it.
Know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Oh, Timothy gonna love that part.
I know. Yeah. But thank you for blessing us once again.
Awesome.
Thank y'all. Awesome. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm happy to be on. I'm happy to be on again.
Well, you got to come back again too. And now me and Alise know. We gonna have to look and be like, was it a sample he got to?
Now he gonna
smooth us out. He gonna pick something easy as hell. Now he gonna be like, I ain't gonna have him think.
Y'all know me very well. Okay.
Yeah, Jay, you definitely gotta come back. You're gonna be like, Jay again? Again and again.
Yes. Love it. Love it.
I was trying to come back earlier, but I'm out every day, busy as hell. So I was like,
Oh, you
dang,
ain't the only one.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was trying to come back in January, but I was like, there's no
I
way I can do
know.
it.
That's why I was like, when you come back, you was like, give me some time. I was like, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
No
yeah,
problem.
Life be
yeah.
life, and you know.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Yes. But yeah. So again, we thank you, Jay. We'll put your information so people can find you in the show description. And we thank everybody, our cousins, our family, and we want you to bring more family to the R&B representatives. We got to come up with a name for the
Yes.
R&B. We're gonna think
Yeah.
about that anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we just really appreciate y'all. Keep spreading the word, like, subscribe, share it with your peoples. You know, yeah, do that for us. Bring some more
Yeah.
cousins, some more family to the cookout, and so we can have us a good
Yes.
time. The playlist gonna be bomb, so you might as well come on over.
That part.
And and we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Peace.